everyone, Tim Schofield here. We have a lot to check out in this video because Xiaomi sent over their new Pad 7 Pro. Especially in this size, it might be the best Android tablet you can get. Plus multiple accessories for us to check out. We've got the cover case, we have our Pro keyboard, plus my favorite, the Pro Focus keyboard as well. Don't worry, we'll open these up and check them all out. Oh, and in my pocket, by the way, I do have the Xiaomi Focus pen for the tablet. Obviously, the main focus is the Pad 7 Pro from Xiaomi, so let's open it up, see what we get in the box, and then of course get some hands-on with everything they sent over. Let's get started. We'll get to the accessories in just a second. Let's check out the Pad 7 Pro from Xiaomi, powered by Xiaomi's Hyper OS. Opening up the box for the first time. Looks like right away there's some specs of the tablet itself. Wow, I really do like this compact size, extremely thin, really light. Also in the box, it seems like we've got our standard booklets, getting started guide, and a charging cable, which is USB Type-C to USB Type A, actually, with some orange accents on the inside. There is no charging brick in the box, which is a little bit of a bummer, and not even a USB-C to C cable, but you can buy a charger separately. Notable specs: quad speakers, Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 chipset, a really high screen resolution, and a lot more. Let's open it up, take it out of this cloth. There we go, and there it is. They did send the blue variant, which I'm really happy about. It also does come in green and black, in case you're interested in other colors. In the upper left-hand corner here, make sure you do peel this off. It will reveal the pins for your accessories. All right, I'm gonna boot this up for the first time, and while it turns on, let's take a closer look at this really nice hardware. Along the right side here is two of our speakers, USB Type-C port charging up to 67 watts, so very fast charging capability. You've got a microphone. This is a magnet, so your pen can attach to that. We'll show that off in just a second. Another microphone, volume rockers up towards the top. Make note, there is a little bit of a camera bump on the back. And on the left side is where the power button is. Our other two speakers of the quad speakers, a microphone, and lets you know Dolby Vision and Atmos are built in. On the back, Xiaomi logo, those pins like I mentioned, and our camera system. You get a 50 megapixel camera on the back, which is nice for a tablet. This uses the JN1 sensor. I still can't get over how thin and light this tablet is at just 500 grams, which is just over 1 pound. Also, we get to take a look at the green color, which I really like as well. So drop a comment. Let me know if you like the green or the blue Pad 7 Pro better. Anyways, I'm gonna run through the startup process, talk about anything that's noteworthy. You have the option for face unlock, but also fingerprint that's embedded into the power button. Just setting our thumb down and setting up that fingerprint scanner. I wanna make a note that when I was typing, it was a lot easier to type when I had it vertically, so just wanted to point that out. Since this is a smaller size, typing becomes just a little bit easier when you hold it vertically. You do get Gemini as your AI assistant built into the tablet that you can use hands-free. All right, we are all set up and ready to go with the Pad 7 Pro. Setting our thumb down, it does seem to unlock our tablet right away. I want to point out, if you decide not to use your fingerprint, if you swipe up from any corner or the middle, that pattern or pin will pop up on that side, so you can still do it one-handed. Let's take a look at the Focus pen from Xiaomi. You do have your standard booklets, but also an extra pen tip. And here is that Focus pen. It is wrapped in some plastic. We can just slide that on out and take this sticker off. And here it is, pretty much the size of a regular pen, very comfortable to hold, kind of a soft touch feel and some grip to it overall, I would say. And there are some buttons. You do have a flat side here. And then on the other side, I believe this is their spotlight button, which can do a few things. We'll talk about that in a second, including a laser pointer on the screen and a couple other shortcut buttons as well. Setting our pen at the top here should connect them and get them all recognized. You'll notice the Xiaomi Focus pen was recognized right away. A quick close-up of that 11.2-inch display. This is a 3.2K resolution. You also can get up to 144 hertz refresh rate. It seems like it's enabled out of the box because everything is looking really smooth. Going into display settings though, it's set to default, which will adjust depending on the type of content that's shown. However, you can go to custom for 60 hertz, 90 hertz, or up to 144 hertz, where you can then go in and customize which apps can actually take advantage of that higher refresh rate. Like I mentioned, 50 megapixel camera on the back, just snapping a few quick pictures, and we are good to go. Going into video though, up at the top here, you can select 4K 60 frames per second for video recording. Flipping it around, there's also a 32 megapixel front-facing camera right there for video calls, obviously using the face unlock. Let's take a quick look at our three covers and keyboards. The Pro cover has a magnetic flap to keep it closed. It also uses magnets to connect everything and keep it secure. And speaking of that magnetic flap, it goes around the pen, so no worries there. This is actually really premium case. I do like it a lot. With the design on the back, there's a group of different ways so you can still angle your tablet vertically or horizontally. Also, when you flip it closed, it recognizes and will lock your tablet, so it will have to be unlocked when you open it on up. So there are a couple differences between the regular keyboard and the Focus keyboard. The Focus keyboard's a little bit more premium. Let's take a look at the keyboard. You'll notice the pins in the upper right-hand corner will align with the back because it's all very magnetic, so that it will recognize when it is connected. Same thing, close and open, it will lock and unlock. Now with the keyboard, there's a little slot for it to get put in, so it will stay at the same angle when you're using it. Let's unlock this real quick. And then when you want to type on it, you will not have a trackpad. Make note. And just a quick look at that keyboard. You do have arrow keys and functions as well with the number row. Overall, a nice looking keyboard that will act as a protective case for your tablet. Now onto that Flagship keyboard case. It has more of a floating design overall, so it can sit at various angles. Nice soft touch feel to the back. Again, all connected with magnets and those 3 pins on the back. The magnet is very strong, and that is how you get that floating design. It isn't actually angled at the bottom, so you'll notice I can tilt it up if I need to, tilt it back to a certain degree as well. And then when I close it, I can close it. It will recognize it, lock my tablet, and again, act as a protective case overall. That floating design is very nice, but you'll also notice a trackpad, so you do get a pointer to select. You can switch. There's gestures as well. With 2 fingers, I'm swiping between windows. This is a backlit keyboard as well. Make note of that if you're using it in the dark. Overall, I really like all 3. They feel very premium. Even though some have other features, they still feel really nice in the hand. Just for fun, a quick typing test. I believe 1.3 millimeters of travel. It feels really nice. As a quick test for writing, I'd like to say it's extremely responsive almost right away, and I like how it's pressure sensitive, so I'm really pressing harder. Look at how much darker it is right there, whereas if I go really light, it's not going to show up. So I love pressure sensitive pens for that reason. There's different settings for the stylus itself. It lets you know about those 3 different buttons, including the spotlight button right there. I did press it, and it seems like it brings up an icon on the actual screen itself as if I'm pointing to present something. Scribe gives you the ability to write into any text box. You can write with the screen off. It seems like there's a firmware update, and here's a tutorial for that presentation mode and different features like taking a screenshot when you press and hold that screenshot button. Tap the screen to start writing. So now what it's going to do is bring up a floating window of notes right there. So did I press the wrong button? I might have, but you'll notice, I can quick swap between different pens with these shortcuts, so it will change depending on the specific app that you're in. So again, a lot to learn with the Focus pen, but really nice features with those 3 buttons. This is a 16:10 aspect ratio, so when you go to a 16:9 video, you'll see just a little bit of black bars up the top. That's very normal, especially when you want to use it for productivity like a keyboard and mouse. A 16:10 aspect ratio makes a lot of sense. And just check it out. The colors look really good. Obviously not an OLED display, but still, it looks really good. And having that high refresh rate makes even an animation like transitioning from horizontal to vertical look really smooth. Don't forget those quad Dolby Atmos speakers as well. Anyways, that is it from me for now on our Xiaomi Pad 7 Pro and multiple accessories. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Again, with this size, it's a little bit smaller than some other tablets out there. Let me know what you think, drop a comment, be sure to subscribe, a lot more content coming soon. And as always, thanks for watching.